in the men's all-around competition when it came down to the last two competitors. I mean, just in my opinion, when you look at the sport of gymnastics, men and women, and sure, floor exercise always steals the hearts, you know, of fans because of the athletes, the music, and the amazing tumbling. But there's nothing quite like high bar. Even as a female gymnast sitting in the stands at World Championships and Olympic Games, I can never wait until the men take to the high bar. It's just one of those apparatus that take your breath away.
And here are the competitors today. So there they are, the men who are going to duke it out for the final podium spots in this competition. And as you look at the qualifying, you get a feel for what we might see. Josemar Calvo, who just won on the parallel bars, tops in qualifying with a 15.45. Second in the qualifying, Paul Ruggieri of the United States, 15.4. Kevin Litwin of Canada, impressive qualifying as well. But you know what, when we look at this group, you think about Sam Mikulik, you think about Manrique Laudouette. They came right down to the end in the all-around, and some are anticipating that here again today. And
it could possibly be in the advantage of where you are in the lineup. It didn't certainly work out that way in the all-around competition, but it could happen with the feeling in this arena tonight on this apparatus.
Randy Leroux of Cuba gets it started.
And of course, Randy is right up there with his teammate, Manrique. These two have been doing incredibly well. Their gymnastics is, well, you can see for yourself, there's some excellent skills happening right here. They have competed on some of the World Cup circuits, so we're starting to get a chance to get to know these athletes, and obviously we have a whole lot more information here at these Pan American Games. You can hear the encouragement as he set up for that dismount, double twisting, double layout.
Randy Leroux of Cuba, what did you think?
He doesn't have one of the highest difficulties, so we have to make that point clear right off the top. Difficult for him to go first, but he did set a standard here. We know that so many of these scores and exercises come down to the landings. These, however, I have to say, absolutely exceptional work.
Well, you've stressed it throughout the competition. If the difficulty isn't the highest, then you've got to execute.
Absolutely, and you have to keep those legs glued together on dismounts like this and perhaps make a little bit more of an effort to stick the landing. But he had combinations of acrobatic skills. I mean, a great high bar set.
Randy Leroux of Cuba kicking things off in the men's high bar final. What will he be awarded for his efforts on this horizontal bar?
Get another look at the tap that goes into producing the height necessary to fly in the air in a stretched, laid out body position and cranking out 2 twists.
These athletes really So emotional, so much committed to being at the very highest level.
And wondering where he will be after that set. Can he break the 15? And he does.
So that is impressive. Randy Leroux of Cuba, 15.025. Much better than his qualifying score. And a nice way to get things started. And we think this is just going to maintain a very high level throughout. Arthur Nori Mariano of Brazil, 6th in the qualifying, was in the floor final, finished 5th there.
And as he's been performing throughout the week, just exceptional gymnastic quality.
What things go into that type of a comment? What do you mean when you say gymnastic quality?
The look of his gymnastics. I mean, I think at this point, if you've watched as much gymnastics as we have, and you see that the legs are glued together and a fall, 1 full point.
Well, first thing is he's okay.
Yep. And of course he has around 30 seconds to compose himself.
Quick word with his coach.
And you need it. You need a moment.
Would that be a technical remark? Would that be just a keep going?
He just did, and I just wanted to say on that skill, he didn't have enough height. He was actually at bar level. It was very difficult for him to catch that, but with his coach, some choose to speak to them and others just want to give you that moment to compose yourself. At this stage, these athletes know exactly what they need to do. How sad, because he ends with a perfect double twisting, double layout. Oh.
He's kicking himself. Yeah, he knows. One slip is all it takes at this level, but nice job coming back. Nice job finishing it up from Arthur Nori Mariano of Brazil.
Well, after he saw the first score posted in the 15 range, he knew he had a chance to do just a little bit better. Look at those legs glued together, so when they don't come apart, there's no opportunity for the judges to take silly mistakes, because at this stage, these are professionals. They know what they need to get those very high scores. And on the World Championship level, Olympic Games, men are scoring mid-16s. There are some athletes out there who are capable of that.
And this is going to take him just over 14.025 for Arthur Nori Mariano of Brazil. So 2 in, 6 to go in the final of the high bar. First of 2 Americans in this final. This is Paul Ruggieri.
Paul, of course, 4 years ago in Guadalajara, Mexico, won this apparatus. This is his specialty. He has an extremely high start value. Loves the high flying skills. Beautifully done there. He's not finished yet.
Save your oohs and ahs if you're watching at home. More to come.
2 in a row. Wow, this is looking great. It'll come down to another dismount, double twisting, double layout, just one small step to the side.
So close for Paul Ruggieri of the United States, but so close to perfection. Still very, very strong. He thrilled the crowd here with that.
And he absolutely did. Huge effort. They love this skill here. One-arm giant work. They appreciate skills like this and this type of release element where he was twisting, loses sight of the bar. Huge dismount, double twisting, double layout. Oh, he came so close to that perfect landing.
Well, lots of positives for Paul Ruggieri. And he thinks, yeah, that went pretty well. It sure did. Let's see what the judges have to say.
The qualifying, he scored 15.4.
That was second best in qualifying. Best score we've seen, 15.025 for Lero of Cuba.
Handstand position's very important as well as you're swinging through these elements.
15.450 for Paul Ruggieri of the United States, so even better than his qualifying score. And he gives himself an opportunity as he moves into top spot. Canada's Kevin Litwin next on the horizontal bar.
And in qualification, Kevin was just behind Paul Ruggieri of the United States.
15.3 then to the 15.4 of Ruggieri.
Kevin likes to be in control, and you need all kinds of control and concentration for these types of release elements. Beautiful def element, 1.5 twist. He took great risk there. This is excellent. Oh, wow.
The reaction speaks for itself. Kevin Litwin of Canada has them cheering in the Toronto Coliseum. And that'll bring the whole group together.
You could just see how much he wanted this. He was intense, on fire, so focused for this event, and there was no way he was moving those feet on the dismount. They say when Kevin's on, he is on.
Well, I think it's safe to say today was one of those on days. He was on 2 feet and not budging at the end of that. It's so dramatic in the high bar too, with one person doing their thing in such a risky apparatus with everybody watching, oohing and awing, and the drum of the chalk dust even when they make those release moves and regrip,
like
and the
this.
Chalk comes up like that.
Yeah.
You just get the sense of what a fine line they're walking here and trying to execute. 15.475 is the score for Kevin Litwin of Canada, and he's got a number 1 beside his name as we hit the halfway mark of the final in the men's high bar. Canada in position 1, United States in position 2, Cuba in position 3, and look what we still have to look forward to. Bittencourt, Calvo, McCulloch, and Lardouet.
Well, the final 3 athletes are certainly on par with that exercise. For Lucas, he has to have the routine of a lifetime. He really needs to focus on his execution score, because in the difficulty area, it's not quite there. Little bit of a struggle as he went up to that handstand position. Nearing the very end of the routine, you can see him winding up for the dismount.
And very well done, Lucas Bittencourt of Brazil. Boy, the battle continues, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You said that he had to be razor sharp to give himself an opportunity. What did you think?
Well, he didn't have the difficulty, that is for certain. And watching that dismount, not as difficult as a Kevin Litwin from Canada, but he did attack the routine, and that was nice to see. Boy, they're putting on a show. I told you, everybody likes to go, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
and every athlete wants to bring that out of the audience. There's a great back and forth between the athletes and the people watching.
It takes your breath away. It does. It's magnificent. There's that dismount I was talking about. Just a full twist double layout, but done exceptionally well. Great showing.
Couple of thumbs up from Lucas Bittencourt. Feeling good about his effort, and he should.
An example of a release element in a mixed position, or his hands changing position there, but that was the struggle he had moving up into the handstand. The judges will know that.
He will know that.
He will know that. He'll see it reflected in the score.
Judges making sure they get it right, sorting things out when it comes to Lucas Bittencourt.
Well, there are so many great routines that we're seeing. It's been a real treat.
And there it is, 14.475 for Lucas Bittencourt of Brazil. 5 athletes have taken their turns. 3 more remain. Calvo, Mikulik, Lardouet. It's a who's who of this Pan Am Championship. Calvo, fresh off of a gold medal on the parallel bars, getting ready to take a run at another. He has 4 medals in the week.
And he has experience. He has been in an events final. It was last year at the World Championships where he placed 8th. He has the goods. This should be a great, great set.
And he seems to love the challenge.
That's his first test. Number 2. Wow, he's not making it easy. Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah.
And he thinks so too. You know what? The crowd didn't want it to end.
No.
You just had that feeling, didn't you?
It was silent. I couldn't believe how quiet it got. Yeah. I think everybody knows what this man is capable of doing.
And you don't have to try and figure out what Josemar Calvo is thinking, because it's in his eyes. You can tell. We saw the disappointment in the all-around, and we saw him get the eye of the tiger and really get it together in a couple of key spots over the course of the week.
And he's really put the pressure on for the rest of the competitors, for the judges right now in this moment as they calculate his score. Beautifully executed routine. Yes, there was a slight hop there in the dismount. It wasn't stuck perfectly like Canadian Kevin Litwin. It was a difficult routine.
He just seems to recognize situations and go after them. And the look on his face when he finished looking at the apparatus.
Well, remember, this man has placed 10th in the all-around at the World Championships.
Yeah, he knows the highest level.
Yeah, this was an exceptional routine. We must point that out. His level of skill, awesome.
15.7. It is rewarded. Josemar Calvo of Colombia. Terrific job, and congratulated very sportingly by Kevin Litwin of Canada, who was in the lead. But Calvo takes that lead for himself now. It is Calvo, Litwin, and Ruggieri with 2 competitors to go. Sam Mikulik of the United States next, then Manrique Lardouet of Cuba. Mikulik knows The number to beat, 15-7.
Wow, so close on that release element, but he is attacking.
Oh, Sam Mikulak of the United States. You said he was attacking it.
Not quite sure what went wrong there.
He's looking at his hand or wrist.
That was very interesting. It was very difficult to tell exactly what happened. He was coming down in a swing and really just came down. Very difficult to see.
So Mikulak will jump right back on and pick up the rest of the routine. Unexpected from Sam Mikulak.
Very much so. I was getting ready to point out what had happened in the all-around competition on Sam's dismount and how he might possibly have been thinking towards the end.
He's got to stay in the moment now.
Here's the dismount. Double twisting, double layout. Much better from the other day. I'll tell you, that was a strange moment there.
Sam Mikulak of the United States with an uncharacteristic slip, but a very sporting gesture as he comes off. Smiling, clapping, recognizing others around him, and just shaking his head.
Boy, he had the opportunity, especially after this display of release skills, super high, just spot on. Everything was going so well. Here's that dismount, double twisting, double layout, performed so much better than he did in the men's all-around competition. He might be thinking himself, what happened there?
Yeah, I think he did surprise himself. But as you said, perhaps if he got ahead of himself a little bit in his thinking, you just have that lapse in what's happening at that split second.
Raising his arms up, going, oh well, but
yeah.
Hey, he's still happy.
14-5-7-5 for Sam Mikulak puts him in the 5th position. So, with one competitor to go, Manrique Larduet of Cuba, it's Calvo in first at 15.7. In second, Kevin Litwin of Canada, 15.475. And then it's the American Paul Ruggieri in third, 15.450. It is all in front of Larduet. It was Mikulak edging him in the all-around finale when the high bars brought things to a conclusion. But this high bar routine might give him an ending he is more satisfied with.
And the ending is exactly what can be absolutely spectacular with the dismount that he has planned. And this is what he's known for, taking extreme risks with a dismount, just like he did in the men's all-around competition.
Oh my goodness. Manrique Larduet finishing in style. What execution.
What a way to end the men's high bar final.
Can't say it caught us by surprise though. This guy really has shown a lot over the course of the competition and showed us glimpses earlier what he could do on the high bar.
He's turned a few heads, that is for sure. I wonder how many athletes from around the world who aren't here at the Pan American Games have been tuning in to his gymnastics. It's a great showdown. one of the most exciting triple twisting double layout and does not budge.
Not a bad day for Manrique Lardouet. 3 men's event finals today. He was golden in the vault, silver in the parallel bars. Does he have enough to walk away with another gold medal this afternoon on the high bar? The number to beat is the 15-7 of Josimar Calvo of Colombia.
And that's a very big number to beat.
The judges are calculating the difficulty and the execution and adding them together for the final score.
Lardouet reaching out to some young fans. He's been a great personality this week, smiling and celebrating and competing hard. Even signing a few autographs.
has to take a little more rest.
Well, 3 event finals on this last day of the artistic gymnastics competition. Kevin Litwin of Canada is in the 2nd position, so he'll have a medal. Well, let's see what happens. Calvo, confident. Cuba's Lardouet, 15-2-5. That puts him in the 4th spot. And so the champion of the high bar is Josimar Calvo of Colombia, 15-7. Nobody could touch him. Kevin Litwin of Canada jumps up and holds on for the silver medal. And in the 3rd place position, Paul Ruggieri of the United States, 15-4-5. Those are the people on the podium. Now, were you surprised that Lardouet didn't get a higher score?
There were some moments in his routine where he didn't achieve that handstand position, and I thought if there was a day the judges could get really picky, it would be today. And I did witness that in a couple of places. It's not something that audience members would tune into because he was so spectacular, especially on that finale, the dismount. It's not all about the dismount. There's a lot of routine that you have to do alongside.
Kevin Litwin knows all about that. He delivered on the high bar, he delivered on the dismount, and he will be making a march out in short order, making his way to the podium to collect a silver medal for Canada. There is your champion on a terrific day for Josimar Calvo of Colombia. He picks up his 2nd gold of the day, his 3rd gold all around, and his 5th medal of these Pan American Games. A smile on the face of Paul Ruggieri of the United States, who can pack his bags and tuck in a very shiny bronze medal to make his way home. So the event finals are complete. There's a look at the standings to wrap things up. Moreno, Litwin, Ruggieri, 1, 2, and 3. Lardouet just on the outside looking in. And that is your story on the horizontal bar from the Toronto Coliseum. But don't go anywhere. Victory ceremony still to come.
Hey, Kenny, your latest album, man, that just kills.